How's it going, folks? I'm here today to show you how to start the second part of the carpet in 3D perspective. It's currently finished as of now. The second part, it goes onto the screen and then goes off of the screen. And I have it goes off of the screen first part finished, and that way you can see the one side of the carpet instead of the hidden side, which is when it comes onto the screen, it'd be hidden. I'll show you what I mean. Let's get into that. Okay, so here we are, planet Earth. Also working on this thing. All my glasses. So I'll get punched in the face. And okay, so here we go. The situation as what it was before was this not completed. Now I'll play it out for you. See where this goes? Played a few times. Well, apparently it's adding a frame, which is never a good thing. Alright. Now, the border of the frame, as you can see, is this black line here. And it goes outside it starts off screen, I guess you could say. Because when I turn on this thing up in the top corner here, you'll see that it cuts out what's off of the screen. So what you see on the screen is after the entire carpet has already gotten onto the screen, it will already a few frames in, but that allows me to adjust the timing ever so slightly between, because the walk is where it matters. The walk of the character and the carpet passing the character is 60 frames in, and every 7 frames, and then the 8th frame is a new keyframe, is where it starts again anew. See, 3, see how the flap is like this, curved up like this, and then on 4, curved up like that again, right? If you want to see the timing, it's over here in the left chart. For those who understand animation, you feel free to mock my timing chart and say how wrong it is. Any feedback would be great. But I know if it's wrong, then the timing for the second part will be wrong, and thus it will both be right because it will match up. So boo freaking who. You know, 2 wrongs do make a right in this scenario. Okay, so that's the carpet as you've seen go off the screen. Now what I've been trying to do is make the carpet go on the screen. So I'll go up to this layer up here on the red layer, this one, and you'll see a flicker, because the flicker is the orange frame, but it doesn't really require the first frame. I feel like it confuses the eye. Plus you won't see it on the screen anyways. It's just to confirm the off screen. It has to be off screen for 1 frame. Okay, enough chatting. It has to be an off screen for enough. Okay, and it's not finished, but this is how it's going. See that? Now you didn't see the flicker because I took the button still on over here that says content, clip content outside the stage. But if I turn that on, you'd see the flicker. See? That orange is the first frame. You gotta train your eye. So anyway, what you won't see that anyways, but you'll see wherever I place it, which I prefer to use like After Effects. I'm probably sure you could probably use, which I know you can use, Adobe Premiere, but that's what I'm trying to do right now. Is it's going to come on the stage like this. You know, some of these black lines need to be erased or fixed. And that needed to be adjusted. But essentially it comes onto the screen like that, right? And then it goes off screen over here, which obviously they'd have to be adjusted so they're not lining up at the same time frame. But that, since they're on different layers, it will work out. So that will be fine. There's a few things that need to be done. The coloring, and I could use a colorist, that's for sure. I'm not the best at coloring. I feel like my coloring skills could improve for sure. What are we at now? 7. Okay. So that's what I'm doing here. Now the timing for the second part is sort of backwards. How do I even explain that one? It's essentially like reverse of this on the left here. This area here. See what I'm saying? How do I use special effects to grab your attention? Whoa, this area, this idea 1, but the reverse. Not exactly the same look, but the timing's reversed. So it starts with a key, then it has a breakdown, then it has another breakdown, then it has the slow at the bottom, and as well as quick up top, slow at the bottom. I was considering maybe slow at the top, and I should really do the timing for that. That just means a whole nother readjustment timing. And could totally do that, really, because mostly it's just copy and paste at the moment. Grab the frames out by here, zoom in, holding control and spacebar, or command and spacebar, and you can zoom in on an area like that. And the B is the shortcut for that, but the brush tool is not that difficult to figure out. And it doesn't crash your computer, unlike this one. Oh, Mr. Paintbrush tool or grass brush tool. Wow, this is a free brush that they offered from the Adobe store, but this grass brush tool will crash your system. At least Adobe, not the system, but it will crash Adobe. It will crash the program. So okay, so the next keyframe, I can bring this up, but I think it's in reverse on the camera. I got this whole 3 sheets taped together. Just to figure out the timing or the shapes used, you know? So it didn't make it look terrible. But the next shape on this list would be a keyframe. Yeah, keyframe that's pretty low, but not exactly the bottom. So then I take this frame that I was working on, unlock it, and I want to make it the right curve. And I can see the behind layer by you putting the other side of the loop like that. Yeah, so slight curve. And I realize you won't even see all this right here, right? I'm fully aware of that. But it does help to draw off the stage as well as see what's on the other side of the thing. So like if you know anatomy, you can figure out what's inside, what's on the outside by what's on the inside. So this is a good rule to do that. So essentially, the mark of my keys over here in blue, and my breakdowns in green over here. Green, blue, 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 another blue. And some of these keys could even be considered breakdowns, so it's not like it's just a name, just a title. And you know, I realize there are similarities. So that's what I've been working on, folks. I didn't really draw any more sketches or doodles at all. I've been trying to work on like a 3D warped background too. That does like a twirl. The characters move in a spiral. I'm all doing this all in one document, but not like. But then you just grab the pieces, you copy all the layers that you want. Let's say I wanted this layer and this layer. Then you go copy layers. Then I'd open a new document, file, new. Then I'd go into that document, and then where this keyframes are, you can make a new. The layers. You make another layer, and then it helps to make another layer. I know even if you're not going to use that layer, just make another layer, and then go. It will be like paste layers. It won't be grayed out. But there you go. And if you don't know, well, now you know. Forget what that's from. So that's what I'm working on, and this is part 2. I'll show you the. No, that's the whole sketch of everything I'm working on here. Like 3D spiral of characters who will be clothed, but it helps to know the anatomy. And I'm using a grid for 3D perspective, and essentially the colors are gonna like float through the characters like that. Like these are gonna move the character. The colors are gonna move up the character, as well as the rotation of the character will be to the right, like that, like that. To the right or to the left, depending on what nighttime and daytime considered. Because it's for a trippy scene in this music video. All right. Thanks for hanging out, and see you on the flip side. Is that a thing people say still? Whatever. Later, folks.